Coach Karabo, 0-0 draw here. Definitely, I'm sure you are not satisfied. Can you give us your overall thoughts of the game?
Yeah, overall thoughts, one word, disappointment. A draw at home with so many chances created, but even then, I'm just disappointed that the same chances that we created were not as we wanted them. The deliveries were not spot on the way we wanted them, and it's just disappointing because not because of the draw itself, but because we drew while we did not do what we trained. We trained these aspects of play, control, a little bit of delay in certain passes, a little bit of delay when shooting or finishing, just to stabilize possession. If you look at most of our crosses, a lot of them were rushed, a lot of them were at a height that was difficult for even our attackers because we play them at pace. So if you play them at pace, at height, it's difficult for you to lift up your foot and put the ball in the net, at that pace. So we would have preferred them to be hard and low, a lot of our crosses. But if you look at them, a lot of them are waist high, which is very difficult when it's waist high. It becomes also easier for defenders to clear them. But if you look at the number of crosses we played on the ground, the number 15 and the number of the defenders, they struggle to clear. They struggle to deal with those crosses that were on the ground. And it's quite disappointing also with some of the positioning of our guys. If we are positioned right, we are positioned in the right areas in the box, we could have taken advantage of some of these chances. We could have, I think, scored two, clear chances that I thought were clear. Others were bobbling in the box in the first half, poor positioning. I think the guys are just waiting for the ball instead of attacking it. So yeah, disappointment because when I look back and I rewind some of these moments, I realize that it really is a missed opportunity. The opponent came here for a draw. They duly got the draw because you could see they just had to reinforce their defense, try to hit us on the counter. But even then on the counter, we won everything because our rest defense was proper. We planned for it. We planned for that rest defense to say, these guys might come here for that, and we were correct in our analysis. They came for a point. They reinforced the defense. Their CDMs never moved up. They sat and defended and protected their center backs. Their wingers never really went up. They sat and protected their full backs. So really reinforced defense in all areas, and they tried to hit us on the counter with Sillo and I think it's Mohale. But yeah, look, disappointed. But yeah, you know what? They say don't be greedy. Take the 1 point. It takes us up the log a little bit, Let's see what the other results show us. We still need to win the games that are coming through. A loss in our first game at home, now a draw, and now possibly maybe it's an upward trajectory. Maybe we might get our first win against the Northwest Mafeking, against a tough opponent. I know they'll come here to attack, so spaces will open up for us to play, and we'll be able to get, I think, clearer chances. So yeah, look, in a nutshell, disappointed.
Coach, looking at your starting 11, Neo didn't start, Teddy didn't start, and during the game you lost Pilani. What was the reason behind those changes, and how did the injury to Pilani affect your game?
Yeah, look, Pilani is a dynamic player. He's able to trouble the defense. He's quick-footed. He can score goals. The past 2 games, I think he scored 2 goals. So yeah, Pilani really helps us in that aspect. If you remember very well against Vets, he hit the stand of the camera, and I think that injury comes from there. He trained very well the whole week. We never had that problem with him, and I think now with the intensity of the match, maybe he tried to stretch himself harder, and maybe that injury came back. So yeah, a disappointment for us that he came out so early. But yeah, the health of the players come first. Same with Teddy. He had a calf strain. If you remember against Vets as well, they stamped on him in the first half. So he's recovering. It's good that he got a number of minutes today as well. It means that he can start next week, which is good for us. It's brilliant. Neo, we've wanted to rest Neo for a long time because he had a niggling injury, so we wanted to rest him. And this game was an opportunity for us to rest. I don't know if it was, how do they say it, a blessing in disguise that he fell ill. He was very, very sick. And he wanted to play, but I realized no. The health of the player comes first. You know what? Football is an important game, but not as important as the health of the players themselves. So it was also an opportunity, a blessing in disguise that Neo rested this game, so that next week he comes in fully fit. So you'll see Neo, you'll see Teddy, you'll see a full strength team next week. Hopefully Pilane will also be back. We just look at how this thing affects him and how serious it is. It's just going to be looked at tomorrow, and then we come back stronger next week.
Last one, coach.
Yes, sir.
You have 7 points. 6 of those points came away from home.
Yes.
In the 2 games you played at home, you only
1
got
point.
1 point.
Yeah.
Are you worried about your form at home?
Of course. Everyone has to be worried about not getting maximum points at home. Today was close. The last 10 minutes was extremely close. But it's just those decision making, you know, the football actions in the box, inside the box, just outside the box. They let us down. You know, we could have taken the chances that came our way in the last 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, as I said, a loss, a draw, and who knows, maybe next week a win. I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping to ensure that the Orange Wave supports us. You know, we have to give them something. Yeah, our play was dominant today. They possibly enjoyed how we played. I hope they did, but I think they'll enjoy it more if we get maximum points at home. You know, they want to see the defending champions defend it in front of their eyes. You know, because last year they did not get an opportunity to watch us win the tournament, the trophy.
Coach, thank you very much for your time and all the best in the remaining games.
Only a pleasure, sir.